Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. About a week ago, Jake Paul uploaded a video to his X account where he laid out a list of things he wants to achieve by 2030. He called it his 5-year plan. Those things were become a world champ, become a billionaire, have 3 kids, get married to his partner Hunter, beat Alexander Usyk, win an Oscar, fight on the moon, and start a presidential campaign. Now, we don't really need to touch on the non-boxing related things and talk about how realistic or unrealistic they are. We'll stick to the boxing related stuff, which was becoming a world champion, beating Alexander Usyk, and fighting on the moon. Out of those 3, I would say that becoming a world champion is probably the most realistic. In fact, maybe fighting on the moon's more realistic for Jake Paul than becoming a world champion. No, in all seriousness, I'd say becoming a world champion is most realistic if he can pick up some kind of vacant belt against a horrendous opponent. Cruiserweight isn't the strongest division in the world right now. And with the right connections, you might be able to make something like that happen, possibly. But even that is a pretty fanciful shout, to be honest, because Jake Paul is nowhere near world level. The least realistic of the 3, becoming a world champion, beating Usyk, fighting on the moon, is probably beating Usyk, right? And in that regard, Alexander Usyk actually responded to Jake Paul's video. As you can see on screen here, he put out this post on X a few days ago. He said, "Good plan, Jake Paul, but I'm not here for 5th place, only 1st. Soon, I'll close the book on boxing. And after that, I'll be waiting for you in the cage. Let's see if you've got the balls or just a hunger for hype." Now, first of all, I'm going to assume that Usyk didn't actually write this tweet, even though it's from his X account. I called it a tweet there. Well, a post. And the reason I say I'm assuming Usyk didn't write it is because he speaks very broken English. So I'm guessing it's a member of his team that wrote this on his behalf. In any event, in this post, he confirms what had been rumored in the past, which is that he's interested in fighting Jake Paul in an MMA match. Now, why would that be? Perhaps it's because Usyk doesn't want to be seen to be making a mockery of boxing, but doesn't mind being seen to be making a mockery of MMA. Maybe he can sell it as being more competitive since Jake Paul does have a wrestling background. Usyk himself, as I understand it, has a background in other martial arts as well. I'm not sure about karate. I think he has some kind of background in kickboxing. And a lot of these ex-Eastern Bloc guys have got some type of background in wrestling. And going off Usyk's professional boxing matches, I would suspect he does too, because he's very good at getting out of clinches and stuff like that, maneuvering people around the ring and so on. But whatever the case may be, perhaps that's the reason that he's more keen on fighting Jake Paul in MMA rather than in boxing. He doesn't want to, bring boxing into disrepute. Is he cognizant of that? But of course, another thing he said in the post is that soon he'll close the book on boxing, alluding to retirement, right? And that perhaps would make a Jake Paul MMA match even more palatable still. If he retires first, gives up all the belts, who can really complain at that stage? The question is, when is he going to retire? And will he fight once or more times before then? And the question after that would be, who's he going to fight? We'll save that for a different video. As for this video, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below about this potential Alexander Usyk-Jake Paul MMA bout. Those of you who have got more knowledge of Jake Paul's wrestling background and perhaps Alexander Usyk's background in other martial arts, I'd like to hear from you in particular. What chance would you give Jake Paul against Usyk in an MMA match? Is he even serious about it? Is he pulling Usyk's leg for clout? I suspect Jake Paul does that quite a lot. Calls out certain names that he doesn't really have any intention of fighting. But since he is one of the most successful social media stars, influencers, content creators in the world, he knows how to play the game in order to garner hype and attention. He doesn't need to be taught that. But what say you? Like I say, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.